Hey everybody, I was going to make a little video about the Lectric XP4 that I've had for about 9 months now, on just some tips and tricks, some things I've added to it, some things I've changed, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, so maybe can inform your decision going forward on what you want to purchase for an e-bike, or if you want the Lectric XP4. I think there was like charcoal, green, white, and blue. I bought the baby blue version. So I really like this color. It's kind of like that future color that they use on like Toyotas and BMWs now, or they have for a while. It's probably going to go out of style soon. But anyway, I can't afford a brand new Toyota or BMW, so it's cool to have something with one of those like future colors on it. I've probably driven it about 300 miles by now. I did have it over the winter where I didn't use it very much because we get a lot of rain here in Portland, Oregon. I used it some in the winter, but now like it's spring and I've been definitely like using it every day. I do have a Highboy scooter that I use for like store runs and stuff, but this thing's great because if you want to like get more groceries, or if you need to like go farther to get groceries, you can actually like put quite a bit of stuff in there. I added these Ortlieb bags, panniers that were like 195 bucks new on Amazon. I have room. They're cool because like you still have room for your rear rack, so I can put like one or even two bungee cord, one or two like 12 packs of soda waters or anything if I need to right there, or carry anything like a bag of cans to like go recycle at the store. And the Ortlieb bags are great because they're waterproof. They keep you can like balance the weight. They're low, and then there's still room on your rack. So I love those panniers. They're cool. They kind of match the same color too, black and blue, which is sort of, they feel like they match the bike. And I've had Ortlieb before on my like road bikes, so I love the way they perform and look and stuff, and they clip on and off really easy and nice. I had someone online say that they might chip the paint. I've had them for like 100 miles and they have not chipped the paint at all. So yeah, I added those things. I added this like seat to it. And then I added which I don't know if I said before, that's the Cloud9 XL bike seat. Yeah, it's about 32 bucks on Amazon. The next addition I added was the Safford. Hey, I'm trying to make a video, Mr. Crow. Was the Safford suspension seat post, and that was about 120 bucks. Hey, can you give me a sec, Mr. Crow? I'm trying to make a video. Sorry. The seat post has been great because like there's not very good suspension on this bike. The front suspension sucks. Like, it doesn't help very much. Also, like, front suspension isn't going to do much for your seat, like whatever your seat ride. So that has been great. There's like 4 points of travel, so it's constantly like adjusting. It's really nice. I'm a bigger rider. I think even a smaller rider would enjoy it. So, and also being a bigger rider, it adds about 1 or 2 inches to the like seat post height. I'm used to a road bike where I'm up pretty high, and this one's like pretty relaxed. You're like down low. So it added an inch or two for me, so it like raised it up. So I feel a little bit more comfortable on it with the extra height. So that's what I really liked about the Safford suspension seat post. There were some other posts that like look pretty cool that were like 200 getting 300 bucks. But I think this one was a good bang for your buck for 120 bucks. I've really liked it so far. It's been with the bike the whole time I've used it, and I haven't had any problems with it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Speaking of suspension, these front forks just totally suck. I did adjust them a bit. There's some like adjustment points here on the top. So I like sort of made them a little looser and then locked them in place. Put some white lithium grease spray, which was like $8 on that, and that definitely like, so when you go up and down, there's like a little bit of clicking on it. So with the suspension travel, like adding a little bit of grease took away some of that clicking, so it's a little quieter during the ride now, which I like. I thought about putting in I thought about replacing the forks, which I might do at some point, but this isn't the most expensive e-bike you can buy. It's like, mine is the 750 watt motor, so it was like $1,400 or something. If you want like better components all around, I might just buy a better bike. But after time, I might change the front suspension. We'll see. I mean, it does have like custom on it, this piece, which the light goes into and supports, but the light sucks anyway. So if I change it, I'm definitely moving the light. I'll talk about that later. So for now, like the forks are fine, I guess, but I don't love them. So let's see, I did the panniers, I did the seat post, I did the seat. So speaking of the light, like it totally sucks. It's just very directional. So there's like about a sheet of papers, like like area that it lights up. So I did add this light. I didn't buy it, I already had it. So I think this is great. And this like lights up my whole view. And this is like very directional to where it points where I'm driving. So it helps a little bit. It constantly rattles. It constantly ends up moving down. This thing, like this cord linkage, like constantly is like knocking on it. So I actually took some foam and taped it on here so it doesn't knock on there. I'm going to move this up to here, and when I do, I might add a nicer light. Yeah, this light totally sucks. This is even the nicer light that came with my bike, that came with like that package that I bought, and I'm just not impressed. So if you're looking at buying that light, I might just hold off. If it comes with the bike, yeah, cool, but whatever, that light sucks. So I mostly just rely on my light that I have on my handlebars. I think it's like $100 light, but yeah, I already had it. Let's see. One thing about riding it, now that I've had mine about 300 miles, is I've seen some people complain online about how like the gears aren't good enough. And I just don't think that's true. I think the gears are great. And I would really recommend like using the gears and using the different speeds that the Lectric comes with. So like you have the different speeds for the motor, which are like Tour, Sport, Sport Plus, and Turbo. There might be one other. So I think the bottom end ones don't work that well. And like just pedaling this bike without any assists, it's a heavy bike. So I definitely like keep it on Sport, Sport Plus, or Turbo. I pretty much go between Sport Plus and Turbo. And lately I've been having a lot more fun on the bike, just constantly adjusting the motor strength and then constantly using your gears. Like when I go to a stop, I put it on a higher gear so it's easier to pedal. And then I go to a lower gear once I'm like moving, and I'm constantly like using the gear, and it's like, once you get used to it, it's a nicer experience. And I think if you just have it in one gear and one electric mode, it's not as fun because it's, you know, your car is always adjusting its gears. I mean, you just need to. So, yeah, I definitely would suggest if you're using it to do that. Like, go through your gears, go through your different modes in your motor. I think one just like tip that I would give you is like it goes 20 miles an hour at its fastest. You can like hack it to go a little faster, but for me, like 20 miles an hour is fine. It feels pretty fast and you get around town. I think it's important to slow down, and like traffic problems happen out of nowhere. So, I'll just adjust this a bit. Traffic problems like come out of nowhere. And if you're going too fast and somebody's pulling out of their driveway and you don't see it, you might not have time to slow down. Just be very cautious. It is like driving a little motorcycle. You see people like going as fast as they can with no helmet. Like, definitely use a helmet. My dad is a sports medicine doctor, and he would see people come in that didn't use their helmet with traumatic brain injuries and they can't even remember where they live. Like, it's not worth it. Wear a helmet, go slow. If no cars are around, you're on the street, there's a straight stretch, like, yeah, take it up to speed. But just people think they're invincible and you're not. You're like, you can crash on this thing. You can probably crash on it easier than a road bike because you're going faster. Like, drive defensively, stay out of the way of cars. I definitely like shouldn't drive it on the sidewalk, but sometimes I do. If I hear a bunch of cars coming, I'll kind of take it on the sidewalk for a little bit. Use your signals, your hand signals and stuff. Just be very careful with it. One thing I was going to mention too is, so the bike lock that came with it, it's cool. It's a folding bike lock. I use a kryptonite bike lock with a chain. There's my little crow friend. Say hi, crow. Don't poop on my bike. Anyway, so yeah, the bike lock like kind of sucks that they give you. It's probably fine. I use a chain, so I'll like a kryptonite chain. I'll lock it to something. I run the chain, and then I put my bike lock around here and lock the chain to the bike lock. I don't leave it anywhere for long periods of time. I think any bike lock is a visual deterrent. But like, if somebody wants it, they can take it. But yeah, I definitely use a good lock. I upgraded from the folding lock that Lectric sent me. I might try to sell it or something. I just don't trust it. I think kryptonite makes a good lock, and I think the chain is better than the cable. The chain is heavier than the cable. So sometimes if I'm just going to the store and I know it's quick, I know there's a lot of people around the store and like people watching the bikes, and it might, it's a little safer than leaving it where no one can see in a bad part of town. I'll definitely like just use my bike cable and a bike lock. It's a little bit too big to like have a bike lock and lock it to something sometimes because it's so big and wieldy. So I like having a chain with the bike lock, but I would get a good chain, one that you can't cut. It can haul a lot of weight, so I think like the power you lose from hauling the weight of a good lock and a good chain is totally worth it. As far as security, I carry a knife because for a thief, it's easier to just go push you off the bike and grab your bike while it's running. So like, I mean, that happened to my brother. Someone came up to him and was like, give me that bike. And he was like, no. And he had a bigger knife than the guy. So like, if I'm going to a weird part of town or at night, or if I'm driving around, I'll carry a knife. I always have one with me. You could fight off somebody with the bike lock if they want it, but I think knives just are scary looking. So I would have one on you, even if you're a woman. Maybe especially if you're a woman, for self-defense. I definitely don't want to stab anyone, and I don't think you'll ever have to. but I think people overlook the fact that you could just push someone off it and take it. So like you might not, get robbed. One way to get robbed is somebody cuts your lock, but there's other ways they can rob you. They can just take it from you. And so I have a knife. If I'm going to a bad part of town or driving at night, I carry a bigger knife. And anyway, just be aware. Drive defensively, be aware, look who's around you, look who's watching you. If somebody is like giving you a hard time or is eyeing your bike and they look weird, like run the red light, take off. Just be aware. So another thing is like, I think they recommend somewhere between a range of like 20 to 45 pounds for pressure for your tires. I really like 38. People online seem to think that's a touch high, but I like it. I guess you have a more comfortable ride at like 32, but I just like having a stiff tire. So I think 38 is a good point for me. That's where I keep my bike tire pressure at. So my brakes do squeak a little bit. There's like these front brakes like squeak some. I think it's because these are just pushed down a little bit onto the top. The bike mechanic told me that it's probably just needs new pads. I don't think it needs new pads. I've seen people online say that it's because like the top of the bottom of the brake caliper is just touching right here. So they've actually put like a little washer that raises it up just a tiny bit. And they said that helps, but I haven't done anything to it. It comes and goes. The brakes have been fine. I'm thinking about adding front turn signals when you have your lights on, like the rear turn signals work. I thought about putting on front turn signals. I think that would be a really good touch, except that it's going to cost you more money, which is fine. I think it's worth it for safety. A couple of times have wanted to have front turn signals, but the rear ones are good. And the rear ones are where it's like a little bit nicer to have signals. So the front ones might be cool at some point. It doesn't look like it's a very expensive addition. There's not too much to change. You just like tap into the turn signal plug and then run something along the bottom and then up to the front, and then you mount them right here. But this is where I'm going to mount the new or mount the headlight. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm fine with just rear headlights or rear turn signals for now. Another thing is people want these instead of like electric scooters, I think, because they're like, oh, it folds up and I can like throw it in the back of my car. I have a few vehicles. I have a Sprinter van that's like tall and long. I have a Toyota 4-wheel drive Sienna minivan, and then I have a Honda Fit. I would not want to put this in my Honda Fit. It hardly fits unfolded in my Sienna. My Sprinter is great because I can just throw it in there, but it takes up some serious space. You can put it on the wall and it's not too bad, but like if you lay it down, it takes up the whole back of a Sprinter van. Excuse me. I don't think that you're gonna just like be constantly folding this thing up. Also, this thing made noise when I first got it, this clip here. So I like tightened it and wrenched it down. And when you tighten it, which I recommend doing, it makes it so you can't just unclip it and fold it back. It's just not an easy thing to do. And then it just starts flopping around, and it's just a mess. It's not easy to fold up. You like unclip that, unclip these fold down. It's just like a floppy mess. Also, it's like pretty heavy. I think it, weighs like 80, 90 pounds. And with some additions, it might be pushing like 95 pounds. So I could be wrong on that, but in any case, I'm a big dude and it is heavy to like pull around sometimes. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that you're just gonna like buy it and constantly be folding it down to take in your tiny car places. Also, like, you're probably not gonna want to store it folded up because it's a drag to like fold it back together. So if you're gonna use it a lot, I would try to like have the space where you don't have to fold it up. Um, yeah, because it's just like it's heavy. It's heavy and it's big. It's way heavier than a road bike. It's like bigger in a way. I guess it's not bigger, but it just seems to like it's just weight makes it feel like it's bigger. It's not easy to carry upstairs. It's like it's a big bike. So, yeah, that's one thing to consider if you're thinking that you're just going to fold it up all the time, like maybe an e-scooter is a better choice. My e-scooter is great. I just like that I can like put in my little car, just fold the seats down, and that's great. Me and the lady and the kid all have e-scooters, and they're like very fun. So yeah, you definitely can fold this thing down. I think if you're going to travel with it, it's nice to have it in the vehicle as far as like when you go into a store, no one's going to try to steal it. But if you want to have it like and not fold it down, I think those like rear truck hitch, van car hitch things for scooters are great because you can have it in the back of your car fully assembled for travel. Um, and then I would just lock it up from there. So yeah, that's like some of my thoughts on this bike. I totally love it. I use it every day. It's great for saving gas. Like small trips around town totally add up. Um, Sometimes you get into the habit where you want to take your car and you're like, I don't want to get on the bike actually. That feeling usually goes away once you get on the bike. So if you get it out, like there's momentum with using your bike. Like if you use it a lot, you want to use it a lot because it's fun. And it's nice to be outside and yeah, I don't think it's an amazing as a road bike, but it's not as hard as a road bike. Like now that I'm getting old, like I don't get the endorphin rush from it, but I get a little bit of exercise from it, and it's just great to like save money instead of like firing my car up. It's better for the environment. Um, so yeah, I use it every day, and it's been great. The gear shifter works perfect. Like it just sounds and works great. Oh, I did have a problem with the rear motor when I first got it. I guess there's a problem where they weren't lubricating the rear motor, the only motor, properly, and it had a whine, clicking hiss. So just I don't know how to describe it. I guess like clicking, I would say, that happened between like 13 and 17 miles per hour. So I contacted Lectric. They asked for a video. I gave them a video of it. We together contacted a bike shop in my area. I took it to them, and in one couple hours, once they sent me the new motor, I took that all to the bike shop that Lectric hired for me. They changed it in a couple hours, and this new motor has been great. I guess, yeah, it was not lubricated properly, and people, I don't know if they fixed the problem by now because this is 9 months ago. But Lectric totally worked with me and sent me the new motor for free and paid for the installation of it. And since then, everything has worked perfect on it. The brakes work great. The chain is a good chain. The derailleur is an excellent derailleur. Um, all the cogs in the rear have stayed strong and intact. The controller works great. Headlight sucks. It's a robust bike. I think it's a great design. You get compliments on it. I like the kind of grandma baby blue color. I think it's a handsome color. It's nice with like all the black. And yeah, it's just been working great. And I think if you want to get one, I think the Lectric's a great choice. I looked around at a lot of different bikes. There's some cheaper ones on Amazon. But when you look at the reviews, people are just like, oh yeah, you know, there's no customer support with this bike. If you have any problems, good luck getting a hold of anyone. So this is an American company. They're in Arizona, I think, and they got back to me pretty quick if I had any problems, and they took care of me. So that's definitely like one thing I like about buying such an expensive purchase as this, is feeling like confidence with your the company who made it. The last thing I'll say is the controller that says, you know, how fast you're going, how far you've ridden, the total mileage of the bike, all that. I like where you can see the volts. It says I have 100% battery for like 20 minutes, and then it says I have 90, then 80. I just don't think it's actually a great representation of where the battery is at. So I watch the voltage, and I like it to be around 53. Once it starts getting around to 48, 47, I know it's time for like a recharge. But I take it for like, you know, 8-mile drives all the time. Another thing is people add batteries to it. They'll like put a battery right here, which is cool. Then you switch it over and you have twice the range. I maybe it's because I'm old, I'm 50. I don't love like sitting on a bike for 40 miles or 50 miles or 60 miles. So I can get probably 20 miles of range off this. Like I have a lot of hills here, so you know, I'll probably, yeah, like 10 miles is probably about good for me for like one ride in a day. More than that, I'm sort of sick of riding it. I'll probably just take my car. I don't know, you know, but if I can go farther if I want to. I could add another battery in the controller, but it's a cost. I think it'd probably be about $500 to do with the controller and the battery. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But it's easy to mount right here and then run up through the bottom. Yeah, you could do it. You're adding weight to the bike, and you're probably really not going to use it that much. So yeah, I've been fine with just the battery it came with. It's got a pretty large battery, and I've never run out of juice. If I start doing like longer rides, I might get the bigger battery, but for now it's been great. I would suggest that this bike is a great purchase. I kind of wish I would have bought the green one right now, but I didn't want it to be like too macho of a bike. I think the like green one's a little military. It's cool looking. I like green. I like military look, I guess, but yeah, I like this blue a lot. And yeah, it's been a great bike. So happy adventures, guys. All right. Chances are if you're watching a review, you've ordered it and you just want to like look at it. So here are just some product shots of it.